Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. As you've seen by the title, today we're going to talk about how to rebrand yourself. Now without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Now I've done this one too many times in my life, and I'm currently going through another phase of this. I'm currently going through a rebranding phase. I'm trying to step into a new era, so I felt it would be a good time to actually sit down and talk to you guys about rebranding, reinvention, my steps, my why, my tips, my tricks, all that good stuff. Let's talk about the why. Actually, before we talk about the why, let me give you my definition of rebranding. It definitely means different things to different people, but to me it does mean unraveling a new self, a better self, a higher self, an advanced version of you. I like to look at it as an onion. The outer part of an onion isn't really the best looking, but when you start to unravel it, when you start to go through the layers, it gets finer, it gets prettier, it gets more beautiful as you open it. That's how I like to see the concept of rebranding, the concept of reinvention, right? It's not changing who you are, it's not changing your core values, your beliefs, your identity. It's pretty much making it better. It is revamping, it is fine-tuning, redecorating, it is renovating, it is spicing things up, it is advancement, it is self-development, going back and checking the areas that needs to be corrected specifically for growth. So that's how I see rebranding, and I see it as a necessity in everyone's life. Some people don't know when rebranding is what they need at that phase of their life, and I'm gonna tell you, right? When you feel like everything just seems boring, a lot of things are not as exciting as they used to be. You might have gone through a traumatic experience, you might have had drama in your life, you might have gone through something that is considered life-changing, or you're just feeling bland. It's time for you to rebrand, it's time for you to reinvent, it's time for you to look inwards and outwards and see what you can change. It's time for you to add some color to your life. Now that is the why and the definition of rebranding or reinventing oneself. I've always said this on this channel, but change is constant, change is necessary for growth. You would not really grasp full essence of life if you don't go through different phases of your life, which requires change. It could be negatively, it could also be positively. That's the reason why I always tell you guys, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're struggling with, it is part of your journey, it is part of your story, it's what makes you you. So you have to embrace it, whether it makes you feel good, whether it doesn't make you feel good. And let's talk about the steps that you need to take to rebrand yourself. Steps that I'm currently taking, I'm gonna say that again, and has helped me so much in the past when I went through different phases of my life. And may I add, when I go through the different eras and phases in my life, I actually label them, so which is something that I'll recommend that you do. There are some times when naturally your body just wants a certain lifestyle. Your body will tell you, nature will tell you that this is exactly what you need at this present time of your life. For instance, I'm currently in my chill girl era, I'm currently in my soft life era, if that's what you're going to call it. More relaxing, more taking the back, more of like asking for help, more of like letting people lead, more of like listening to people's opinions about stuff and actually taking it. That's the era that I'm in right now, and actually moving forward is the era that I'm still on, but just like an advanced version of that. I just want to switch things around. But yeah, I always recommend to label the eras that you're in, and don't worry if you're confused on what era you should be. You will know what era that you're in because of what you're liking right now, what you're gravitating towards right now, what suits and calms your soul at this present time of your life. You will definitely know what era you're getting into. There are people that get into their boss babe era where all they want to do is just work and get the bag, right? They feel that urge to do so, they have that motivation to do so. That's how you're able to label it as, okay, that's my get in the bag era. Do you get? So you get into these different phases of your life, you label it what it is, which requires a lot of change, because obviously if you're going from point A to point B, something has to change. Change is constant, change is normal, change is growth, change is life, you guys. Now the first thing that I recommend is to sit down and flesh out the picture of the woman that you're trying to be. So what era are you in? Like I said earlier, it could be you're in your elegant girl era, your classy girl era. I've been in this journey of elegance and class for years now. I want to say about 4 years, I'll say 3 years, where I'm just trying to get into that highest self of elegance and class. Honestly, the picture that I have, like the end goal that I have, is quite big, and I will tell this to you, if that picture that you have isn't scaring you, then it's not big enough. You have to dream big, okay? It doesn't matter if you have the resources or capability to achieve that goal at the moment. You will get there, baby steps, and that's something I strongly believe in. I want a certain look, I want a certain lifestyle, I want certain things for myself. It is huge, it is humongous. Some people might call it delusional. Is my goal and I will achieve it. Paint this picture picture of the woman that you're trying to be. This era that you're trying to step into, what does it look like for you? Like I said, mine is a classy, elegant era. I have been taking baby steps because obviously with this journey, you have to do it in phases. Well, it depends on what era you're getting into. But for me, I know that the highest, elegant, and classy self that I am trying to achieve is going to take a lot of work, a lot of resources, a lot of everything, right? To determine the picture of the person or the woman that you're trying to step into, you need to think about what calms your soul right now. Because naturally, as women, we lean towards things that actually make us feel good about ourselves. What currently makes you feel good about yourself? What gives you that sense of calm and peace right now? When you're on social media, what type of content are you consuming or you see spirally that actually makes you feel good? Do you get what I mean? Because sometimes the kind of profiles and pages and people that we look at on social media or follow on a day-to-day basis isn't truly what gives us a peace of mind and doesn't really reflect who we are or what we want for ourselves. But you could spirally like come across some certain post, some certain word or some certain message online that would just calm you and resonate with you. What makes you feel that way right now? Paint that picture. And when I say paint that picture, I actually mean sitting down and writing it. Everything starts with you sitting down and fleshing out a plan, like writing things down, because you wouldn't get the full picture if you don't list things down. Write out every single thing. What does this woman look like? What does she wear? What's her makeup like? What is her life like? Her lifestyle like? And sometimes you cannot necessarily piece it together, but you could have inspiration. And that's the reason why I would personally recommend looking at someone who has similar lifestyle right now. So it could be an influencer, it could be your auntie, it could be your friend, it could be a celebrity. Pretty much someone that lives the life that you're aspiring to live. And that's where you're going to draw your inspiration from. I actually would also recommend putting a mood board down. I love mood boards. I do them 3-4 times throughout the year, depending on what I'm working on. If I'm working on my resolutions, if I'm working on pretty much just my goals, aspirations, and also these different phases of my life or eras of my life. Step 2 is the most important thing on this list, and that is decluttering your mental. Focusing on your mindset, because mindset can either make or break you. I've spoken about mindset a lot of times on this channel, and I will keep speaking about it because your mindset is pretty much who you are. It's what drives you. It's the reason why you do most of the things that you do, if not all the things that you do. The decisions you make, the way you speak, just pretty much you as a human being. Your mindset is 100% in control of that. That's the reason why I always talk to people about having their mindset in check. You can always call yourself when your mind is not right, when your mind is steering you wrong. When you're stepping into a new era, your mindset is one area that you need to attack even before your appearance, which is also on this list and I'm going to get to. We tend to focus on the outside and forget about the inside, forgetting that the inside is pretty much what makes the outside. Your mindset is the most important thing during this rebranding and reinventing stage. You don't want to go into this new phase of yours with the same old habits like procrastination, overthinking, self-doubt, a lot of mental struggles. Now, what I want you to do is still on that spot where you are, make a list of your mental or mindset struggle areas. Your rebranding will not be complete if you still have the same old bad mental habits. We need to attack different areas to be able to have the full effect of rebranding in our life. Am I self-sabotaging situations and opportunities for myself? Do I have toxic relationship habits? Do I have toxic friendship habits? What are my flaws right now that I need to start working on? And obviously this takes time. Rebranding takes time. Self-development does not happen in 2 days. Self-improvement doesn't happen in 1 month. You need time to do the work on yourself. Changing your thinking, rewiring your brain. You need to look for triggers. You need to attack those triggers. I have many videos on my channel talking about how to deal with overthinking, self-sabotaging, self-doubt, low self-esteem. My third step, which is also as important as the last, is to declutter your space, your environment, your social circle, most importantly. Now, what does this mean? You need to throw out a lot of things that don't serve you. And when I say throw out a lot of things, I just don't mean your old clothes or your old shoes. I mean gifts and people that gave you the gifts that do not encourage or have a space in your life moving forward. You know deep down within you that this person cannot be part of your journey, cannot be part of your story. Why are they staying in your life? When I say declutter, I mean clearing out your space. Your living space needs to be cleaned out. I'm on this journey of actually clearing out every single thing that does not align with this new era that I'm stepping into. I'm going to give you guys an example. Now, looking at my perfume rack, I've gotten rid of 85 to 90% of my fragrances. It's not because they're not nice, but because they no longer feel right to me. I used to be a very oody and woody, spicy girl when it comes to fragrances, but now I am no longer that. I still like a little bit of oud and a little bit of spice and a little bit of wood, but now I'm leaning towards like the softer fragrances because I'm in my soft, classy, elegant girl era, if that makes sense. Stronger fragrances do not really appeal to me anymore. I'm using this app called Vinted and I've been selling out a lot of things. Clothes, shoes, bags, fragrances, just anything that does not align with this woman that I'm trying to create right now. I am clearing out my space and it's a continuous process. Also, my circle. I have to do a deep cleanse. Who are the people that are surround you on a daily? Do they aid your growth? Now, one most important thing I want you to consider is, do you have people around you that actually tell you the truth about yourself? Which is where a lot of rebranding comes in. Like, can you sit down now and call your people that you're constantly around and be like, look, I'm going through this phase, I'm trying to improve myself or rebrand myself. Could you tell me things that you think I should work on? Do you have those kind of people that would tell you the truth? Sis, clean it up. Clean your space, clean your environment, clean your table, because your table is filled with unnecessary trash. Okay, you need to take out the trash, you need to declutter. I have 20 pairs of shoes. These 20 pairs of shoes, like, do they actually fit into the style of the woman, the picture that we've painted in step 1? Would she wear those shoes? Would she wear those clothes? You know, I am not asking you to change your style completely, but if your new phase or your new era requires you to do so because that's where you're most comfortable, by all means do so. For every phase and every era that I've stepped into, and even the one I'm currently working on, everything is go in. Like, I need a new style, I need a new fresh clean slate. I need to look the way that I want to be addressed, the way that I envision the woman that I am aiming to be like, what she looks like, what she smells like. I am nailing it to a T. So style is very important for me. Makeup is very important for me. What is that beat like? Decluttering your space and decluttering your environment also means deleting pictures that do not serve you. So please, sis, tell me why you are deleting that boy, that girl, that friend from your life, but you're not deleting the pictures. Delete the memories. They no longer serve you. Yes, it will always be stuck in your head or always a part of your journey. Yes, you would remember them from time to time, but you don't need a physical reminder. So when I say declutter your space, I mean take out everything that does not serve you and is no longer important in your life. You're creating a new you. You don't need certain things that's going to be dragging you back, because whether you like it or not, things like that actually hold you back. When you hold on to that person's picture, you hold on to that person's phone number, you hold on to that person's gift, you see it, you're constantly reminded of the person and the situation surrounding your breakup or your split or whatever it is. Now, my 4th step in this process is reevaluating your character as a human being. So if you call to your friends right now and you ask them to describe you in 2 words, that's the reason why I've said in my last point that you need people that will tell you the truth, not people that will kiki and be like, oh my god, no, okay, you're nice, you're a nice girl, oh my god, girl, you're so good, like your vibes are so good. Girls that describe you with vibes on vibes are people that you should actually stay away from, because they have nothing tangible to say about you than, oh my god, girl, you give vibes, then they're not your friend. Okay, now this is why I'm telling you to have good people around you that would actually tell you who you are from their point of view. And like I said, not people that are judgmental or people that just like to look at you from a different lens that suits them. People that are genuine around you. And honestly, sometimes it could just be one person or 2. And I've always been a strong believer of just having 1 person or 2 people that would literally be by your corner and hold your hand through the process of life. If people were to describe you with 1 word, what are those words? And are you okay with the words that are describing you as? That's why I'm asking you to reevaluate your character as a person. You need to think about, what do you want your identity to be? What category do you want to fall under? You also need to ask yourself, are you genuinely a nice person? How do I talk to people in public? How do I treat people? Do I love giving? Does it give me joy to give more than it gives me to receive, if that makes sense? Am I a toxic person to be around? Am I a fun person to be around? Am I loud? Am I disrespectful? What's my character as a human being? Do people see me as someone who is kind, someone that they can talk to, someone that they can always reach out to? Am I someone that is just far off or a distant friend to everybody? Am I someone that people just look at from afar but not necessarily want to bring close to, because I have characters within me that don't give them that opportunity to be closer to me? You need to reevaluate your character as a human being, because rebranding isn't just the physical. I will keep repeating it in this video because most people think rebranding is just changing your look, advancing your looks, buying more clothes, buying fancy clothes, investing in good makeup and good hair. That's slapping beauty beautiful clothes on a dirty mind or a bad mind. We want the work all around. We want every part of our life to reflect this rebranding that we've done on ourselves. Am I genuinely a nice person? Do I really have a good heart? What are my core values and beliefs? And do I live by those values and beliefs every single day? Am I someone that my friends and family rely on genuinely, or am I someone that they see as loyal to them? Evaluate yourself. That could also be spiritually as well. Like, how is your faith? What do you believe in? Sit down, think about it, work on yourself, look at these areas, fix it. They put the picture together, they put the person together. Now let's move to step number 5, which is kind of like the fun part, because all these parts I talked about necessary, most important during your rebranding era and your reinventing era, right? But now we're on to the fun part, which I know that a lot of people are most excited for when it comes to rebranding, which is the appearance, you know, the physical appearance, you know, what I need to change, I need a makeover, all that good stuff. This is the part that everybody usually starts with. I start with the harder stuff, the mindset, the character, the decluttering. Those ones are really, really hard. Now, like we said, we know the picture of the woman that we want. Say you have a celebrity that you have as that picture on the mood board. That's where you're drawing your inspiration from. Yeah, an outfit, yeah, a look that you're putting into consideration, right? But you don't necessarily have to do it just the same way she does it or have it the same way she has it, because obviously she might have more resources than you. Most probably does, because she's a celebrity and, you know, has all the money in the world and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean that you need to shop where she shops or wear the exact items as she has or use the exact perfumes that she has. What you can just get is, okay, her style is clean, or her style is classy, or her style is neutral, or her style is elegant, or her style is colorful, or her style is boho, right? Depending on the person that you have, the picture that you have. Then you begin to collect pieces that replicates that style. It doesn't have to be a copy. You could just look for pieces that you can afford that could replicate the style. There are different places where you could shop from.
I always recommend Pinterest, and I'm going to recommend it again to you guys. Pinterest is perfect for finding anything and also putting together a mood board or a style board or whatever it is that you're trying to create in terms of fashion and style and shoes and bags and pretty much anything. Like if you're looking for hairstyles, if you're looking for interior decor, just however you want to transform yourself, your style, your life, Pinterest is the best place to find or draw inspiration from.
I personally, with this era that I'm working on right now, I want less. I want less collection of everything. Perfumes, clothes, shoes, bags. I want less, but I want quality. I want to invest in more pieces that will be valuable in my wardrobe. You need to get your hair done. You need to think about your makeup. You need to think about your smell. You need to think about self-care. You know, what relaxes you comfortably, what gets you comfortable to embrace this new era that you're stepping into. Taking care of yourself is a non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable. What makes you feel calm and zen at this period, especially when you're doing all this work on yourself. Now, the 6th step I take during this process is to turn most of the things that I've picked up at this very time into habits, and also look for new habits as well, because our old habits will not serve us in this new one. Obviously, if they were boring, if they were bland, if they were not exciting or enjoyable in our past era, they will not make any difference in the new one. We need to cultivate new habits. We need to start doing things that would motivate us and solidify this new era, this new journey, this rebranding and reinventing process. And that could simply be looking at your day. What are the unnecessary things that you were doing that could actually hold you back, or that was holding you back in your previous era? Was it waking up and straight up just looking at your phone for 10 minutes or 20 minutes that kind of slowed your brain to process things during the day? Or were you waking up and watching a TV show? Or were you waking up late? Do you want to start waking up early? Were you not starting your day with God? Were you not praying? Were you not doing certain things? So you just need to look at the things that you were doing in your previous era, and we need to change that in this new era. If it's having morning exercises, if it's praying, if it's keeping your phone away for 3-4 hours after you wake up until you're done with your morning routine.
And habits aren't just necessarily waking up or fitness or workout, but it could just be like, you know, self-care habits as well. Maybe you have one day in a week where it's immediate, like I've mentioned in my previous videos over the years, or you could just, you know, schedule out certain activities that you would do for this new era that you would not normally do for the old era. So say for instance, you know, you want to go out to events more, or you want to visit coffee shops more, you want to work outside your house more if you work from home. Normally, you want to have days where you eat out. You want to have days where you have girls' night, or nights where you have girls' night, or brunch days, or like girls' brunch. Just habits that completes the woman that you're trying to be. Habits that you know that this person that you're trying to be would typically incorporate in their life. They're the kind of habits that you want to be gravitating towards.
Look at the things that would make you feel better right now in terms of fitness, in terms of health, in terms of living, self-care, all of it, monthly, weekly, daily, new habits to facilitate your growth in life. Now, the last step in this rebranding or reinventing oneself journey or new era journey, making sure that every part of your life reflects this new you, and also gratitude. I will always talk about gratitude on this channel. I have sang about it, I have preached about it, because it's what has helped me so far in my life. Being grateful for the point that I'm in, being grateful for the losses, the gains, the wins, the L's, all of it has helped me so much in navigating through life. Letting your new era and letting your rebranding reflect in different areas. I'm talking every part of your life. Is it socially? Is it at work? Is it on social media? Now let's talk about social media for a brief second. You're not just rebranding yourself and staying within yourself at home. That makes sense. Every part of your life needs to show that a change has happened. So you need to do a social media sweep. I do this very often, even when I'm not rebranding. Like, I like to sweep because I like to be sure of what I'm seeing and consuming on a daily basis. So when it comes to social media, this one does not even have anything to do with rebranding. I just sweep. I know that people that only do this in their life when they get to this rebranding or rephrasing or reinventing phase of their life or area of their life. That's why this is actually here. But generally, I recommend sweeping weekly, sweeping monthly. Social media sweep is necessary for your mental health. Honestly, what you look like, what your representation is on social media needs to reflect what you truly are now. If it's to delete pictures, archive pictures, unfollow pages, follow new pages that resonate with who you really are right now, that's what you should be doing. I hope this video helped you. I hope you were able to pick a thing or two. Let me know all your thoughts about the video in the comment section below. Follow me on my socials, they're linked in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for the support, the love as always. I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, and you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, because we're about to go in. Hey, step in.